We're talking basketball. Nike ProSkills San Antonio. I'm your host, Devin Brown. Good to see everybody. We have two special guests with us from the class of 21. Two guys that meant a lot to the program. All right, when you're talking the 21 class, and we have Richard Ricketts and Royal Mann. Welcome to the show, guys. How's everybody doing? Good. Well, let's get right into it. We're going to start with you, Royal. How are things going? How's college?
It's going good. The first semester, I didn't get as much playing time, but now since due to people failing, people getting sick, my roles increased going into this second semester.
Very nice. Yeah, things like that are going to happen. Talk about the adjustment you had to make. You're away from your parents, away from the family. You're going to class. Everything, it's on you, right?
Yeah.
And that's great. That's one of the first things that a college student has to get by is that first semester. So talk about that. Talk about the adjustment. North Lake. Let us know how's North Lake.
I say the biggest adjustment was just like every day's competition. Like every day, it feels like the first day of practice. Everyone's competing, diving on the floor, and it's not really many off days. If you're not in practice, then you're at school. If you're not at school, then you're weightlifting. So that's just the everyday thing, just adjusting to it.
Excellent. Richard, the big man is here. Richard, you're at Clark Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
Are you enjoying yourself?
A lot.
Not too much.
Not too much. No.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. Remember, we have to answer to your dad.
You're right. Yeah.
Not too much, but you're enjoying yourself.
I'm enjoying myself. Yeah.
Well, talk about it. How'd your first semester go?
First semester was really good. We didn't really get kicked out because of COVID or nothing like that too much. Maybe like a week we went virtual, but for the most part, it's just. First semester of college is not as hard as people make it seem. It's really just as long as you put in the time. Like if you get up and go to class, most of the time you'll be good enough to pass or get what you need to get.
Right.
It's just you gotta balance going to class and having fun at the same time.
A lot of time management.
Because you got a lot of free time and you're not having your parents on your back 24/7. So you gotta really be an adult and choose the right thing to do and when to do it.
Right. That's excellent. You guys, those are excellent answers. Something that our younger players here with ProSkills really need to think about. Because there's the opposite of that, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody goes buck wild.
Yeah, you can go
yeah. And so that's great. Hey, let's talk about last summer. You guys played Nike ProSkills. We had a full summer. We had 19 unsigned seniors. All right, let's talk about the summer. We're going to start here. Richard, how did last summer go for you?
Last summer went well for me and the team. We had a lot of fun, first off. We enjoyed the whole summer. I don't think it was a tournament where we were just like, oh, I can't wait to go home. Mm-hmm. 9 times out of 10, we were ready to stay and play more games, whether win or lose, championship, not championship. We wanted to stay where we were at. We didn't really want to come back to San Antonio and play. We always wanted to go out and play the competition outside of San Antonio.
Right, that's one of the biggest things that we stress here is, we'll play some of the games here in the fall. We'll play some games here in the winter just because we're not trying to put that on the parents as far as getting out too far. But the summertime is game time, and we're going to get you out there. And we definitely want to find the competition. Coach isn't running from anybody, and so that's great. Great to hear that. Royal, now what we did is we had 2 teams split down the middle. Would you guys agree?
Yes, sir.
All right. And they're not just saying that because Coach is here. I was very honest with these guys from day one. Now we're going to move. So if we go, it wasn't really a black and red team. It wasn't anything like that. But this was our starting point guard. You had a lot of responsibilities on your hand. You agree?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about your experience last summer.
I'll say my main experience was how close we came. We were like real close to each other. Before and after our tournaments, we'll be in contact with each other, just talking about each other, like getting each other ready, just hyping each other up. Mm-hmm. And on our team, we didn't have as much vocal leaders, so that was my main role. I just embraced it, and just did it.
Yeah, that was one of the things that Royal brought to that team, obviously, besides the leadership, was being able to get guys in their spots. Now, we don't want to run a complicated offense, but he had some gunners on his team, and he knows that. And so we had to get those guys in their spots. But when they were in their spots, they did really well. All right, next question. What were some of the things that we did in practice that helped prepare you for the next level?
The number one thing I feel like that helped prepare us for the next level was four out, what's it called? 4-man out, something like that. The 4-out drill? 4-out?
4-out. Shell?
Yeah, shell.
Shell. Defense. Yeah, defense.
Defensive shell drill. That's the number one drill. When that drill comes, it's either you want it or you don't, honestly. And then that's how, like Roy said, it's like the first day of practice every day in college. So that drill really gets you prepared for real competition and having to know where you're going and where to go, things of that nature.
Your responsibilities. Yeah, from the dawn of time, guys have tried to complicate this and complicate that. One of my mentors, one of the guys that I look upon to see what they do as far as basketball is Greg Popovich. It starts everything from day one on defense with us, and that's what RJ's talking about there. Royal, talk about, and you mentioned it earlier, talk about the beginning of the season, because LJ, Jonas, RJ, everybody is going through this. Jalen Bonds, everybody is going through, when you walk on campus, nobody is familiar with your game. You have to go earn your game and earn your minutes. Talk about that. You mentioned that earlier.
It's just, like, for me, I would just be the first one in there, and I would, after practice, I would grab a teammate and we would just stay in the gym. So, so it was just, every day in practice, just you have a little chip on your shoulder because you got to go out there and just compete. Because the person left and right of you, they could be just as good as you, did just as much as you in high school. You just got to compete. And it was just playing with the ad on my shoulder.
Can I add on something?
Yeah, of course, RJ.
Like he said, staying before and after. Royal has been like that since we've been in high school. Like,
okay.
Even before practice, he'll be there, and after practice, he might stay there for an hour and a half, just putting up shots. So it's like second nature to him now that he's going to college, and it means a lot more going into college as a freshman. So it's good that he still keep that same.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's something that that you want teammates to know about you, and the fact that you went back to and said things about he did that in high school, that sticks with people. Okay, that sticks. Not damn the coaches, damn all of that. When another player recognizes that, that's huge. All right, because there's the opposite of that too. As soon as coach finishes the last drill, of practice, you got guys that are shooting out the door,
going to the shower.
So that's excellent that you recognize that. To my 16U, my new 17U, 15U, first one in, last one to leave. Always remember that. Royal, let's move on. How's the team doing?
Oh, we're doing good.
Good.
We got a good team. Right now we're 5-3. We got an older team, like a lot of.
Y'all only played 8 games? What y'all been doing?
No, I mean not 5-3. We're 15 and 15.
Oh,
15
and 3. Say,
yeah, 15 and 3.
Y'all gonna play some more games? Y'all need some scheduling?
Go ahead. Our second semester, we're going into conference play now. So, yeah.
Okay, good. That's excellent. Excellent to hear. Tell us about Clark Atlanta as a campus. Do you love the school? Do you love the environment?
Yes, I love the school, and I love the environment. It being a HBCU, it's a
nice.
It's a great place to be every day. Being around great individuals and people who are on the same path as you, but know how to balance it out and enjoy their time in college as well.
Y'all played Jackson State?
No.
No.
I'm glad we didn't.
Okay. All right, RJ. Let's talk X's and O's. Now, Coach Brown, is he a good coach?
Yes.
All right. Always trying to just prepare these guys for the next level. The shell drill. Y'all ever do the shell drill at your college?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. These guys, not these two, but I had a couple, okay? They'll remain nameless. They would give me grief when we started doing shell drill in practice. I'm just letting you know that yes. and you're probably going to do the show drill a lot longer in college than you do with me, right? Yeah. It's all about preparing these guys, letting them know what they're going to see. All right, because I would tell these guys in practice, I don't want you guys to get into a college practice and not know what was going on. That's the point, behind all of that. So we're going to move on to how, and this is big because LJ talked about this, how we got involved with Nike ProSkills. That's this gentleman right here. How did you find out about Nike ProSkills, the organization?
Okay, so I was playing with another team at the time, and COVID had just kind of hit, and it was not really the right situation for me and my parents. So I had a high school teammate that played for ProSkills.
Name?
Brooks Valdez. So I knew him, and he asked me to come the same time LJ asked me to come to the other team. And then after I left the first team, I was on Instagram, and I was like, man, I need somewhere to play. I don't got nowhere to play. It's COVID. I need somewhere to, at least when COVID stops, I have somewhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up Nike ProSkills on Instagram, and I DM'd whoever runs the page and asked them, is it too late for me to try out? Can I come try out? If I got to work my way up, it'll be fine, all that. I just needed a team to go with. So they told me I can come, try out, which it wasn't really a tryout. It was more just play and improve yourself, and you'll be good.
Right.
So once I did that, and I played my first summer, and then after that, do you want me to go into how?
Oh, yeah, of course, yes.
So then, this after COVID, I text LJ, and I'm like, LJ, like, where are y'all playing, stuff like that, because I know we're playing a lot of good tournaments. So I'm like, LJ, if you aren't doing anything better, come play with us at ProSkills. So I got LJ, and then Coach Brown comes along. He gets the coaching job. So it's me, LJ, and we got Jaden, and we got Isaac, and lots of kids.
It was a trickle down effect after that. That's excellent because, I was at practice with the other team, and the head coach, I was an assistant coach with them. The head coach is looking for LJ. And I turned to him and I said, that's a good question. I don't know where he's at. And that's when we got introduced to Nike ProSkills. That's an excellent answer. This is the reason why all of this is happening. And that's why I asked you that. And that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Royal, I tried to get with a couple of teams at the point. I needed a solid point guard. Well, as the relationship grew with LJ, talk about that. I don't know if he gave in, but I was very, very glad to have Royal finally join us. And I don't know if you remember this, one of the first practices, RJ, Royal caught the ball in the wing, and then he waited. I don't know if he was waiting for the pick and roll or he waited to swing it to somebody. I blew that whistle. I stopped it. I said, you were not at Johnson. You were with Nike ProSkills. You were with Coach Brown. You shoot that basketball.
He still had to break out of his shell.
He had to break out of his shell, and he did. There was a game Royal hit 4 3-pointers in a game. And I was so proud of you, Royal, because when you talk about guys that stayed after practice and coach leaving the gym open, these guys were always there. No problems. All right. I let them stay as late as they want, get as many shots as they want. All right. Because that's what Coach Brown is about. Talk about what made you finally make the decision to come with us.
It was just every day. I think it was Rich and LJ, man. They was always telling me.
They were on you.
Every day after school practice.
As they were told by...
Yeah,
I'm kidding. Go ahead, record.
And I came to a practice. I liked it. And of course, who wouldn't want to be coached by Coach Brown? So,
but he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out at that time.
Oh, big time.
It was winter workouts. He was like in 1 week, and then because it wasn't mandatory, and then we're like, yo, come for real to the practice.
Yeah.
And then we got him to come.
And then after the playoffs, it was just I wanted to gain more interest and get more opportunities. And
right.
stuff. And I knew they were having a senior team, and LJ, LJ and Rich were telling me, you gotta come. And I wanted to the last year, so I just made the decision to come.
And that was awesome. We're glad you did. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And it just benefited. It was a good time.
talk about this because it means a lot. When we got the email saying, all right, that we were going to bring in the class of 22, and there's a reason behind me saying this. On one night we had the class of 22. On the other night we had the class of 23. In practice, there's going to be some skirmishes. Let's talk about that. What were you guys feeling when we brought the younger guys in there?
Me, I'm all about helping everybody. So bringing them in wasn't really like an insult to me. It was more like we're gonna play the same level we would play if we would play kids in our grade, but we're also gonna help the younger kids out. So when they play kids their age, they think, oh well, I've been practicing against 18-year-olds every day or every other day. So when I go play 15, 16, it's almost easier to them. So of course we didn't take it easy on them, but it wasn't like an insult to like, well, why are they bringing them kids in our practice? Now it was more like, okay, let's work out. We're gonna work how we work, and then we're gonna help them out as well. So yeah, that's
nice.
I would think, it was cool because I knew when we was younger, I like playing with the older kids, just stuff like that. But I'll say we didn't take it easy on them. No, we helped them get better, So
definitely did.
It was a good time.
There were some intense moments in there.
Yeah.
Very
all
intense
right, I
moments.
won't elaborate. We'll keep that, with us. But there were some.
It gets real in there.
It gets real in there, and I will say this, and I'm getting emotional about it. Just it wasn't anything that had to do with the 22s or the 23s or anything like that. But there was a skirmish, and when we separated the two that were involved, and I turned around and I saw all of the 21s standing behind the person that was involved, that's when I knew that what we were doing with ProSkills meant something. All right. Let's talk about, it's going to be one of the last things we talk about, but we have to talk about it. The New Orleans trip. Were you two there?
Yes.
Oh, both of you were there.
I'm ready for this stuff.
Okay. Well, go ahead, RJ. Go ahead.
Okay, it all starts, right? So it's me.
First of all, thank you, Rizzo. That was an added deal that we did. Thank you. And go ahead, RJ.
Okay, so it was me, Royal, Eric, and who else rode with us? JB rode with us. And then my brother, and then my dad. So we rented a van, right? We got the van at like 3. We're supposed to leave before the sun come down. My dad is off at like 2. So we're supposed to leave before the sun come down. Everybody gets there a little late, but it's okay because my dad's not in a rush to leave. He wanted to chill, and he just got off work. He's still in uniform, all that. So we end up leaving at like maybe 8 o'clock. Eric done fell asleep. I fell asleep in the room waiting for my dad. Royal fell asleep. Everybody's asleep. So we end up waking up and actually leaving. So we know the trip is maybe how many hours? Like 7 or something like that.
So it was more than that.
More than 7.
More than
like 12. Oh, okay. Well, okay. So we end up leaving around sometime it's dark. I drive like the first 2. We stop. My dad ends up driving. So we end up stopping like 5 times. By the time we get to Louisiana, we got like an hour before game time. Mind you, we haven't been out of the van not once. We slept and all that, but we haven't been out of the van. So we check into the hotel. We maybe get like 5 minutes to 10 minutes just to take a nap, and we got to get right back up. So we get up, we go to the gym. Mind you, everybody else has already been there since the night before. Well, maybe 2 nights.
Right. Yeah.
We're the last ones to get there. They ask them where we're at and things of that nature. So we finally get to the game, and we're like, we feel dead, honestly, because we haven't been out of the van. We slept for like 10 minutes maybe in the actual bed, stretched out and everything. So we play, and we start off slow, and it's hard to not start off slow after something like that.
Right.
So we start off slow, and it's like we know we got to get it in gear, but we just can't get it to click how we want it to click. So when we end up winning that game. But after that, we went home and slept for a good minute. So it was
Roy, you were in there with them?
Yeah.
And we come in and everybody's kind of looking at us like they know we just got in. So they're looking at us like, oh man, we don't know.
Yeah.
Because 4 of us out of the maybe, I don't know how many players we had, 11 maybe. That's a good little number. So we're looking at us like, I don't know how this is gonna work, but hopefully we figure it out. But we did figure it out. We won that game.
Yeah.
But it was a tough one for all of us mentally.
It was a tough mental game. A lot of the times I'll tell these guys, one of the things that I'll do is I'll throw the clipboard down and I'll have these guys walk not all the way to the court, but on the court, and I'll tell them, what do I tell you? I'll tell you guys, look at these guys over there. Look at these guys.
And then you say that, and then we're tired at the same time. Every time out we get, we're coming to the sideline trying to get some energy. So the majority of the team is well rested. So you have to yell at us all as a team. We're on one. So, but us four are just like, Jesus, I'm trying, coach.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
Hey, that's all about AAU basketball. That's excellent, man. I as you started with the story, I started remembering y'all did get in there late.
Yeah.
Bourbon Street. Did you guys go to Bourbon Street?
Yes.
You guys have a good time?
Yeah, great time. And we're all as a team too. It wasn't, my parents are going here, my parents are going here. Mm-mm. Everybody was there as a team. We all rode that same van.
All rode the same van.
To Bourbon Street.
Had a good time. It was good food, good times. Guys, I'll tell you what.
Great experience.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Is there anything that you have for our younger guys that are coming up in the program that you would like to say? Go ahead, Royal.
I would just say, like, if you want to make it to whatever level, it's just putting in work. That's it. Just putting in work. Because I think if you just be consistent, you're going to see yourself improve. And once you see yourself improve, you're going to start enjoying it. And it's just putting in work.
Nice. Good, RJ.
This is not the same lane as that, but the traveling wise, like when you go to, because y'all are going to start going to more outside of the Texas and stuff like that. Texas is going to be like San Antonio is to us. Y'all are going to be out in the St. Louis's and the Vegas. When you go out, make sure you don't have too much fun, because at the end of the day, you may have never been to Vegas and things like that, but you still got to play. So, and being out too late or like eating the wrong food and stuff like that can affect how you play. And not getting enough sleep can affect how you play too. Or just being out doing something you're not supposed to be doing. You're a long way from home. That's not a good look. So I know.
Yeah, that's two excellent answers. We are going to put these guys in a great situation to play the game of basketball. But at the end of the day, you still got to get your rest. You got to be ready to perform. That's what it's all about, guys. Royal, I thank you so much. All right, for taking the time to come with us. RJ, same thing. We're gonna miss you. RJ's dad's leaving the program January 12th. January 12th. That's a big asset to lose for us. We'll have a organizational party for him for sure. Thank you for introducing my family to Nike ProSkills. It's been great, guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you.